here at Smallwood Dam, standing on top of the powerhouse right now. Emergency spillway, a lot has been worked on over there. You can see the back of the powerhouse here, where that low-level outlet is also being worked on down there. So all these walls are poured now. They still have to pour up to the powerhouse where the low-level outlet will be. A lot of work. Looking good. A lot of riprap in place. Stop all that erosion from happening, and again, most of that work is happening over there in the emergency spillway, which is where we will be going very shortly. Let's take a quick look down. This is where the old turbine for the powerhouse used to sit, where that low-level outlet is being worked on. See way down in the bottom where it looks like they have some forms in place with some concrete pours. And then up here to the north, they're working on dredging out here in front of powerhouse. See, there is a lot of rock. A lot of that rock that Boyce Hydro had put in here looks like it probably fell down into there. You see some of it in the back of the off-road dump truck there in the background. So a lot of work just kind of dredging that all out, opening this channel back up. Then we can take a look at the water flowing over the top of Smallwood Dam as well. Looks like there's a tree hung up over there on that side. Looks like it's moving pretty swiftly though. Container gates are in the fully raised position. And then the water flowing down the Tittabawassee River here to the south. Let's maybe watch them get one more scoop. Well, they're dredging out here. This is what you're able to see from the live camera right now. So the live camera is right on the other side of the crane. So if you've been watching that, you've been able to see a lot of this dredging going on. So make sure you're tuning into those. I have live cameras at all of the dams now. Looks pretty deep down there. Probably almost got all that stone removed by the looks of it. Yeah, if you want to see what's going on here 24/7 at any one of the dams, you can check out those live cameras anytime you want, day or night. Yep, a little bit more rock in there that they got. All right, let's head over and check out that emergency spillway now. Before we head over and check out the emergency spillway in person, we'll jump into some drone video here. Drone is probably about 100 feet in altitude, flying due east. So we'll come over here, we'll check out the powerhouse area where that low-level outlet is being worked on. While I'm flying over here, make sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button. There is a ton of work still yet to be done on all of these dams, and I will be documenting the progress all along the way over the next couple of years. So Secord and Smallwood Dam are looking really great. I need to get it back out there again on site and film an update very soon because progress is proceeding rapidly here. So directly over top of, I'd call this maybe the chute area behind the low-level outlet. That low-level outlet was tarped off. I'm pumping some heat in there, probably for some concrete to set up, with the temperatures being a little bit cooler when I was out there filming this day. You can see the water flowing over the top of Smallwood Dam and that dredge up there in the top left corner, removing that rock. A little bit further over here to the east again, that's where I was just standing on the powerhouse. This is the siphon system going in place. So if you've seen the videos that I filmed up there at Forest Lake, the Forest Lake Dam, it's going to be very similar to what it went in there. So there's going to have some tubing that connects up to here. You can see all that tubing down there in the background. And this is to work on that low-level outlet, so they'll be able to pass that flow through the siphon system to be able to continue working down there. So pretty cool how you can siphon this large volume of water through 5 tubes. You're able to pass that flow downriver. I'm sure one of my subscribers would be able to calculate that pretty easily about how much flow that those 5 tubes are able to pass. I'm sure there's a calculation based on the diameter of those HDPE tubes and I'm sure there's a figure out there for how fast water flows through a siphon system. Probably depends on the elevation drop maybe. But if one of you want to go ahead and do that, leave that in the comment section down below about how many gallons per hour, gallons per minute do you think these HDPE tubes are going to be able to pass through the siphon system and alleviate some of that flow from going over the top of Smallwood Dam, so they can work on that area a little bit better. And also work is happening up there on the Forest Lake Dam as well. So if you want to see that work, I went out there a couple years ago and filmed the start and what happened to their dam there. Make sure you let me know in the comment section down below as well if you want me to head back out there and film an update as to the work that's happening. Here's the emergency spillway though. This is just massive, as you can see. When you're there in person, it's kind of hard to see the exact scale unless you're standing down inside of this. Down standing inside of the emergency spillway here now. I think the last time I was here, these baffle blocks were being poured and some of the concrete down there at the base. So it looks a lot different now, as you can see all this concrete work being done and a lot of the riprap going into place now. We're probably about 300 feet in altitude with the drone in this shot. You can see very easily the amount of riprap that was being added into the emergency spillway area. It looks like they actually have some finer stone underneath that large riprap, but they were just backfilling that area as well as adding some riprap here to the end of the emergency spillway. And you know, I always kind of like seeing the nature around the area, around the dams. So we'll take a quick flight downriver here to the south, kind of see what's happening down here. I don't think there was any wildlife really. Usually there's some ducks or turtles. We'll be able to see a lot more of that as we come up to springtime now. Here is the base of the emergency spillway. You can see the riprap in place here at the bottom, and this is all complete now. Run up here to the top and you can see real quick what is on the other side, but again, a lot of the work here done in the emergency spillway. So right where I was just filming prior to this was standing over there by those baffle blocks. The lake is on the other side of that, so if this ever gets used in the future, the water elevation comes up so high that the dam cannot dissipate it. That water will flow over the top of that sheet pile, over those steps, through all this riprap, and then come back down, join back up with the Tittabawassee River and head down to the south where it will run into Wixom Lake, Edenville Dam, Tobacco River Dam, and then goes down into Sanford Lake and through the Sanford Dam, then down into Midland. Pretty amazing seeing all this work complete from just a couple months ago when I was here last. Things are now at a stage of being wrapped up fairly soon. I think you can get a sense of just the sheer size of that emergency spillway now with me standing in it. It is very large, and actually the one up there at Secord Dam is kind of strange because it's super wide up at the top but narrows down, but they have super tall walls on that emergency spillway to be able to dissipate all of that flow. We'll fly up here to the front side of the dam real quick, see the water flowing over the top, and also you can see the dredge there in the background. I will include a little bit of the raw video here at the end of the video. I know a lot of people like seeing that, so if you want to stay tuned all the way to the end, you'll be able to see some of this dredge, continuing to remove some of the rock that is in front of the powerhouse area. This rock, again, I said it was from when Boyce Hydro put the rock over here, and I think that it was just too small. The riprap in place here now is a lot larger size, so it shouldn't be able to fall down in there anymore with this larger size of riprap. But the small size that was in there, it was a little bit larger than just a crushed limestone that you would use on a driveway or roadway, but it wasn't as large as the size that Fisher Contracting has put in place here now to keep that from falling down in front of that powerhouse. So again, I'll go ahead, I'll stop talking now, and if you want to stay tuned, you can sit here and continue watching the dredge remove a little bit more of that stone swing it over, put it in the back of that off-road dump truck that is very dirty. I wouldn't want to be the one that has to power wash that off at the end of this job. Maybe they'll just leave it out in the rain and let the rain wash it off a little bit before that. But if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you go down below, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed to catch all my future videos on all the dams that are upcoming. Like I said, there is going to be a lot more work yet to complete on all these dams. And if you would share this video wherever you can, whether it be on Facebook or other social media, it definitely helps get the video out there and show everyone else around in our area what is going on here with the process of rebuilding the dams and restoring the 4 lakes. And until the next one, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will be posting, and leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below. As always, I just want to give a massive thanks to the people who support me on Patreon. Never underestimate the value of your contribution to keeping this channel going. Thank you.